Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video over here, we're gonna talk about the bar tapes and what kind of bar tape you wanna use with each specific bike. So over here, I've got my old Copy, and over here I have my carbon Pinarello, and over here the last one I got my Bianchi. So the Bianchi and the Copy are vintage, and as you can see here, my Pinarello is a very modern road bike. So I'm gonna narrow down what kind of bar tape would fit on each bike. By the way, if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe over here so other people get to see this. And at the same time over here in a corner, I'm gonna put a link where I'm gonna show you how you wrap up the tape so you find that useful as well at the same time. So anyways, let's get back on this subject, and it's very important. So let's say that you're riding, the vintage bike. So it will look something like this, something like my Bianchi. There's two options that are available for you guys. So you can go with the foamy bar tape that they have right here. So the old school vintage that goes on the vintage bikes, and you can also go with the cloth bar tape, which is right here. So let you see how that looks like. Now let me just zoom in over here and show you. See, the cloth bar tape is pretty nice. It gives your vintage bike really nice preserving that vintage look, and it does look really original. Now the reason why I gave you these two options is because putting this bar tape that I have on my Pinarello will simply look out of place. Now this is I'm gonna try to focus here. This is a very thick bar tape, kind of carbony feel, which will definitely look very out of place on a thin handlebar like you have here. So will definitely kind of look strange, and the carbon modern thick bar tape is not something that you want to use on your vintage bike. So like I said, going back to the vintage bike, if you're riding one, you have two options, which is the really nice finish, this bar tape. I'll let you see how nice and thin this is. See, very thin over here. And that's the first option. Now the second option that you have on the vintage bike is this kind of old school foamy. You see over here, it's not thick like a cloth bar tape, but it's still, if I zoom out, it will still give you that really nice vintage feel. So on my Copy, because it's got a yellow trim, yellow cables, I decided to give it a really nice old school yellow tape that you see here. So again, I'm gonna try to kind of zoom in here. Very thin, not as thin like the cloth, but it gets that really nice vintage look. So there you go. You got the really old school, nice bar tape, and then you have a really nice old school cloth option that you can go with. Now the last one over here that I'm gonna mention is the modern road bike tape. So for you guys that are riding carbon, the bikes that come with the really thick, see, these are pretty thick handlebars comparing to these over here. You see how thin this is, and you see the difference. I put them side by side so you guys can compare the thickness of the handlebars. You guys are gonna be opting out there for a really nice and thick bar tape, which will give you lots of cushion on the long rides. It will definitely feel, and it will definitely comply with the rest of the bike that's out there. So it will be, you have thick carbon tubes, and you wanna have thick carbon steering wheel wrapped, which will match the rest of the bike. So that's basically pretty much kind of shorter version of this video, how to choose the bar tape, what option you can do. Now speaking about the modern bar tape, you can also go with that kind of foamy feel. See, this is kind of carbon. It has that carbon feel, but there are a couple of other options out there that you guys can go and choose. And that's pretty much that. Hope you found this useful. Like, subscribe, and take care. Bye-bye.